Making It Work is brought to you by Wealthsimple, which gives everyone access to simple, affordable investing on cruise control.
I've lived my entire adult life in New York City. I love so much about it. The live theater, never having to drive a car, the beautiful old brownstones in my neighborhood. But the income disparity among NYC residents can be discouraging, to say the least. When I first moved here, I had a temp job at a hedge fund. I was so thrilled to be making $15 an hour as a receptionist. But obviously, everyone else at the firm was making a hell of a lot more than that. The divide between myself and the other employees could not have been clearer. Case in point, the company provided a catered lunch every single day. I would eagerly take leftovers home to save myself from having to worry about dinner. Meanwhile, many of the others never bothered to partake in the free lunch. Happy to get out of the office and head to one of those mini sit-down restaurants on Park Ave I would have dreamt of affording. But I also realized that a lot of the time, acting rich doesn't mean spending a certain amount of money. The most enviable thing about wealthy people was how easy so many aspects of their lives felt in comparison to mine. I also realized that there were plenty of things I could do to make my own life feel easier, more sophisticated, or in some other way richer, without having to spend a ton of money. Here are 6 rich person decisions I made for $10 or less. Number 1, upgrading an airline ticket. I fly a lot for a non-rich person. I'm really close with my family, none of whom live within an easy driving distance. I've recently started sticking to just one airline to book tickets, as that is the easiest way I've found to rack up miles. But when I was borderline broke, I'd always get whatever was the cheapest plane ticket possible. And let me tell you, paying an extra $9 or $10 to get to pick my seat or board in the first section always made a huge difference whenever those options were available. I could never have afforded a business class ticket, but having just a little extra time to load my bags on the plane or make sure I could pick a window seat felt like such a luxury. Number 2, automating my investment. I grew up hearing about the importance of putting money towards my retirement thanks to my relatively financially savvy parents, and I'm so glad I knew to start investing from a young age. But once I put money into my individual retirement account, or IRA, I had no idea where to go from there. I couldn't pay a traditional financial advisor to take care of my investments for me, but the idea of learning the ins and outs of investing made me extremely anxious. I read up on robo-advisors, which are services that manage your investments automatically via highly specialized software that accounts for your long-term goals and financial needs. I found a robo-advisor that let me open an account with no minimum investment, transferred my IRA over for free. The whole process only took a few minutes, and I haven't looked back since. I was already putting $200 into my IRA each month. I've now set up automated deposits. This means that $200 gets transferred from my checking account to my retirement account and then automatically invested each month without me having to do anything. I can let someone else do the heavy lifting and make the best investment decisions for me, which truly makes me feel rich. Number 3, learning about wine. Literally, nothing makes you feel more like the hot rich dad in The Nanny than being able to decipher the back of a wine label and learn what kinds of wine you actually like to drink. I picked up a used copy of Wine All the Time by Marissa A. Ross for just a few bucks, and while I'm still no expert after reading it, I can always effectively pick out a wine that's going to complement whatever meal I'm having, and that I know I'll actually enjoy. Number 4, moving my savings to a high yield account. This feels like kind of a no-brainer for personal finance nerds, but I didn't realize how much money I was leaving on the table by keeping my emergency savings in my no-interest checking account. I finally moved it into an online savings account that charged no fee and had more than a 2% interest rate. This meant my $5,000 emergency fund would earn more than $100 on top of itself in the first year just for sitting in the account. I can't believe I didn't think to do this sooner. Number 5, purchasing actual bathroom storage. I'm not sure why, but having a pristine bathroom absolutely screams Miranda Hobbs level sophistication to me. I love my tiny New York apartment, but my bathroom leaves much to be desired. I finally purchased a few cheap floating shelves from my local hardware store, and I feel like I've completely upgraded my life. It meant I could actually have a place to put all my toiletries. No more fumbling around in the back of an overflowing undersink cabinet for me. Number 6, sending back food I didn't order. I used to balk at the idea of making any kind of fuss in a restaurant. You never want to be that person who sends back food for being too hot or for not having enough sauce. But that meant I also used to just suck it up and eat whatever was placed in front of me, even if it was something I straight up didn't order. Of course, there's a fine line between being assertive and acting entitled. But I've learned as long as you're being kind to food service workers, there's absolutely nothing wrong with making sure you get what you're paying for. It feels a bit silly that this is a lesson I had to learn, but I think it boils down to the main thing I've learned about feeling rich. We are all entitled to a life that feels comfortable and makes room for joy, no matter how much we make.
Figuring out how to make it work doesn't mean scrimping every dollar or living as frugally as humanly possible. It means taking care of yourself and your future while also enjoying your everyday life. With a company like Wealthsimple, you can start investing today and spend less time worrying about the future and more time on the things you really love. Wealthsimple is online investing that's as simple and human as it gets. In just 5 minutes, they'll build you a custom portfolio to fit your personal goals and timeline. Just answer a few easy questions and they'll manage your money for you on autopilot. Set it, forget it, and let your money grow in the background. You can turn on automatic deposits as well as set up a smart savings account with higher rates than big banks for your shorter-term goals, your wedding, your next great adventure, or that handbag you need. They also have a socially responsible portfolio that invests in green stocks and companies that support gender diversity. The fees are much lower than big banks, and TFD viewers will get their first $10,000 managed for free with no minimum deposit. Check them out at wealthsimple.com/TFD or use the link in our description. There are no account minimums, and it only takes a few minutes to start. No excuses.